guess this is a good time to talk about the full moon in Libra, because I didn't put any content out this week just because I've been focused on finishing out my birthday year, my last one, with some meditation. But the moon is in Aries. No, I'm sorry. But the sun is in Aries. The moon is in Libra. The opposite, right? It's a full moon. The moon is also opposite Saturn and Neptune. That is in Aries right now. And a full moon in Libra is definitely going to be highlighting, because it's an illumination, first off, the Libra section in your astrology chart. So if you know what house this is in, that's important for you. But for a general horoscope for most people, the moon in Libra will be highlighting the traditional things when it comes to relationships and money. And finding harmony and balance in your life, really. The harmony and balance. Libra tends to tip the scales. It's trying to find balance through extremes. So Libra is inherently not balanced because it's trying to figure it out. It's trying to figure out how to achieve that. So you might feel like the pendulum swing a little bit today under this full moon. A little bit extreme, and it will have a flavor of niceness under this full moon. Like, it's not one of these mean full moons that sometimes we get, because the ruler of this full moon is Venus, a planet that associates the things that we value and the things that we can find pleasure in. So money, relationships, things that we like to buy. Piper, over here. Piper. Piper. Hi. Not too far. I have to see you. And she's in Taurus today, which is a sign that she likes to be in, right? Or has more affinity with, because Venus rules Taurus. Taurus rules Venus. So, it's a full moon where we're kind of looking at where we're at. I like to think of full moons as just a spotlight. Okay, this is how you're doing at this current phase in your life, in this area of your life, right? So if it's like in my natal first house for me, so it's how I look, my presentation of myself, my physical body, and also the direction of my life that I'm going into. And for Libra rising people like me, it's very important to have the right people. Oh my God, this rock is going home with me. Oh my God. This could not be more beautiful. Wow, this could not be. This is like sitting right in front of me on this piece of driftwood. So, score. This is Venus and Taurus. Like, Venus and Taurus is like, oh my God, this rock is gorgeous. That's amazing. Anyway. Yeah, so it's highlighting a certain area of your life. Nuggie, over here. Nuggie. Yeah, over here. So it's opposite Saturn, so an opposite Neptune. So there is this level of, there's a new beginning that was just initiated for many of us in 2026. And you need to have a little bit of bravery and a little bit of courage, and also the awareness and the perspective to know that a new beginning needs to be started somewhere in your life. And if I'm talking about this to you, you probably resonate. Like, you're probably like, oh, well, I could do a new beginning in here, or oh, I could use a new job, or oh, I could use a new relationship, or a new home, or a new creative hobby, or a new friend, like whatever. Could be falling somewhere in your chart, affecting you somehow. General themes, right? We have to know that that's what the universe is asking for us to do right now. And the full moon is an illumination point of, a step into this new place, into this new beginning, this new journey, and how you're doing. How are you doing at that moment? Is it swinging both ways? Are you experiencing the good and the bad? What's going on? full moons also bring some kind of, confrontation where two things have to come together and find an alignment. They have to meet in the middle ground. So it's, two different choices, perspectives, opposition. And the balance and the harmony here is trying to find the middle ground. But Saturn on one side of the sky in Aries has a little bit more weight on the Aries side, saying, there is a new initiation that requires a bit of courage and bravery to go in this new direction, and also hard work and effort and responsibility. And how are you willing to show up on that, right? Is somebody else asking you too much where it's taking away from your focus in an area of life that you really need to focus on? So the balance are kind of just not scaled out anyway because of the way that the sky is set up under this full moon. And I mean, my advice is to literally, be really headstrong on what that new direction is for you and what's really important for you, like to take up space in your life to make you feel more empowered. And if something is taking you away from being able to do that, and that gets illuminated today, look at that and understand, okay, the scales might be tipped a little bit, but the weight, the heaviness is where Saturn in Aries is, and that new direction, that new beginning, that needs a little bit more hard effort and focus. And you will be rewarded by it. It'll take about 2 years, whatever that is, but you'll see that when Saturn leaves Aries in about 2 years. And there is this square in the sky with Jupiter and Cancer. So we kind of have to take a little bit of leap of faith with Jupiter and Cancer for that new direction. Come on. You want to come here? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Something is requiring us to have, a bit of take a leap of faith in the fact that you can do the thing. Right? Jupiter is taking a chance, but it also requires you to kind of let go of something in an area of your life for you to get the new juicy beginning or the new lucky moment or the lucky break. Right? Everyone associates Jupiter with luck, but it's really about you being able to show up and take a chance on something. You generate your own luck. You generate your own opportunities by being able to do that. But Jupiter in Cancer is healthy in Cancer. It does very well in Cancer. But because of this square going on in the sky, you might feel that fear, right? Because it will affect not only you, but other people. And I think that gets illuminated under this full moon today in Libra. But again, the ruler of this full moon, the Venus and Taurus, kind of becomes the saving grace here, because full moon illuminations that you get, perspectives that you get, and then the choices that you make, if they're healthy and aligned for what you really desire and what you truly want, right? Then Venus is promising you stability, that it will grow. Venus in Taurus is in the garden of something growing, okay? And it has a long-term abundance to it in Taurus. So it's something that can nourish you. It's something that you can have an asset with. It's something that will feed you, okay? That's not just like literally feed you, but emotionally, mentally, physically, psychologically feed you long-term. So I think overall this is a pretty gentle full moon, with that ability to kind of rock the boat when it comes to your relationships. But the healing is also a huge opportunity under this full moon, because there's like a bunch of quintiles in the sky, which is a healing aspect, but Chiron and Neptune are in Aries still, right? They're on the weightier side of this full moon. And Neptune does bring the compassion element to serving your soul's purpose the way that, you are meant to do right now. So my advice is do what feels right for you. And know that you might rock the boats a little bit. And that, cooperation, listening, and being able to make space for other people's perspectives and how they feel, but knowing that you don't need to have codependency in life to feel like you can be in partnerships with other people, right? It's more about interdependency, being able to cooperate and work together, make space for other people's perspectives, how they feel and their emotions, and acknowledge when somebody needs to do something that's an alignment for them, that it's not a personal thing on you. And also just focus on, what are you doing for yourself right now that's a part of that bigger mission, right? Are your choices, your daily choices, are those, because the South Node's still in Virgo, are your daily choices reflective of what's of service? That South Node ruler conjunct the North Node, what's of service to your higher purpose, right? Cleaning it up. If you haven't cleaned it up yet, now is the time, because April is not the month to fuck around. So if you've not cleaned up your shitty habits, then it'll just be a little more rough for you. So clean up the bad habits, make choices that are based in self-respect, that lead to self-care, and know that the little bit of the weight is more, it's more in favor of you doing something that's beneficial for you to live out your true desires, right? What's important to you. So I think Nuggy needs to eat or something, or go in the car. Are you cold? And happy full moon in Libra.